Golly, man. I hope and pray I get these picks, man. I recently got prize picks. I recently downloaded prize picks. Um I recently downloaded prize picks and I put like $10 in there because I was trying to put five, but it wouldn't let me because obviously that's not you can't really put $5 in there. You could put 25, 50, 100, whatever. See, I got muscles. I explain. I don't even work out, to be honest with you. That's a that's the dumbest part. Like people say, "Dang, how you get so strong?" I don't even work out. But what's good, YouTube? What's good, everybody? It is I, Chris Leviathan Prophecy, and today's video is about how can my New York Giants stop this very good receiving core of the Seahawks. This Seahawks receiving core is pretty good. It's better than ours. I would probably say that. Um, if you go by position, quarterback, Geno Smith is playing the best quarterback that he's played since he was with the Jets. I believe he was 1-3 as a starter as a New York Jet, and when Russell Wilson left, no, actually they picked up Geno Smith, and he was backing up Russell Wilson at the time. And when Russell Wilson left, he took over. Now, Geno Smith is up there in age. He's not these young snappers like a Trevor Lawrence or Josh Burrow. Like he's 33 years old. He's a vet, but you know what? He's pretty good. Last time we faced the Seahawks was last year. We faced them last year and we beat them at their building. That was one of the most surprising games that we won. That and the Ravens. But yes, we did beat that team, and they still have the exact same players like they did last year. Now, going to the defense. Now, obviously, Banks is hurt, which I said this numerous of times. I don't know why the Giants are so fixated on drafting a cornerback first. It doesn't work out. Obviously, Prince Amukamara, he retired. He played for the New York Giants. He obviously won a Super Bowl ring with us. Corey Webster, I don't even think Corey Webster was a first round. Let me see. Was he a first round draft pick? Corey Webster. Was he a first round draft pick? Hold on. I'm trying to see if he was a first round draft pick because I can't really remember off the top of my head because we have so many good receivers. We have so many good corners. We had Terrell Thomas. We had Aaron Ross. We had Corey Webster, obviously. Okay, so he was picked in the second round. He was picking that 2005 NFL draft class. He was picked second. He was picked in the second round, pick number 43. And he played for the New York Giants from 2005 all the way to 2013, and he hasn't played with any team. So I don't know if they're going to retire his jersey. They should. I don't know if they're going to put it in the Ring of Honor. They should, because look at career history. He did not play for no team except for the New York Giants. So he's a two-time Super Bowl champion, BCS national champion, two-time first all-team American, two-time first team all SEC. He has 375 total tackles. He has 2.0 sacks, 7 forced fumbles recoveries 3. He has 20 interceptions and he has 1 defensive touchdown. Now, will he get in the Hall of Fame? Probably not. you know. But um, but yeah, Cody Webster was one of our best shutdown corner. Not really shut down, but he was pretty good. He wasn't bad. And then we had Terrell Thomas and Aaron Ross, and both of them just got injured a lot. Really couldn't stay on the field, especially Terrell, especially both of them. I think both of them had injury histories as well. Um, but looking at the Seahawks, okay, so within 3 games, they lost the home opener against the. They lost. They lost. They lost the opener against the Rams, 30-13, and then they bounced back in overtime against the Seahawks. Against the Lions, they won 37-31, and it was a shootout against the Panthers. So they won it by 10 points, 37-27, and now they face the Giants on the road. And looking back at the New York Giants, now, looking back at this, looking at the previous game that they won against the Seahawks, the Panthers, Geno Smith was 23 out of 36, 296 yards, 1 touchdown, and interception. Kenneth Walker III carried the ball 18 times for almost 97 yards. He was probably 3 more yards for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. DJ Metcalf has 6 receptions for 112 yards. Okay, now their defense is not good. The Seahawks defense is not good. If you look at the points that they all gave up, they gave up 30 points to the Rams. They gave up 31 points to the Lions. They gave up 27 points to the Panthers. So again, just like how the Rams, the Rams manipulated the passing game. The Giants can too. The Giants can too, but they didn't. We knew that the 49ers secondary was vulnerable, and we didn't take advantage of that. I don't know if we were scared. I don't know if we were petrified. I don't know. But if you look at that Rams versus 49ers game, the Rams put up points, and we couldn't. We had to settle for 13 points. As much as it's not really super, but as much as we're loaded on offense, there's no excuse how can we give up, or how can we score 13 points? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way. How? That's unexpected. That's unexcusable. So it boils down to stopping DJ Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. No, they're not the best receivers in the world, but you know what? Especially DJ Metcalf, he's strong as heck. He's strong as heck. Tyler Lockett is another shifty receiver that we have to keep our eye on. The running game, Kenneth Walker III is a very good backup. Or not really backup, but he's a very good starter. He's turning in that, superstar or star role for the Seahawks, Because obviously they had Marshawn Lynch, but obviously, it is what it is. But Kenneth Walker's not really that bad. And if he can produce like he did against the Seahawks, against the Panthers, we're in trouble. We can't stop the run. For the first 3 games, we let teams walk all over us, And last year, I believe we were like 3rd and 4th against the run. Now we're like, where did that happen? But shockingly, I am picking the Giants to win this game. Now, I can say the Seahawks are going to win this game. I could go left, I could go right. But in my opinion, I don't see the Giants beating Seahawks twice. Look it up. They won last year, but they were on the road. The Giants were on the road. Nobody picked them to win that game, and they came out and beat the Seahawks. Now the roles are reversed. Now the Giants are at home, and the Seahawks are coming to MetLife on a Monday night, which, again, Daniel Jones seems to struggle on Monday nights. But this Giants team is not good at all. Now, if you look at the 3 games they played so far, they got shut out against the Cowboys 40-0. They almost blew, well, not really blew, but the Cardinals almost choked away that game. But you know what? Kudos to the Giants for coming back. I'll give them credit where credit is due. And then Thursday Night Football, they laid an egg and only scoring 12 points. And now they face the Seahawks, whose defense is not really that good, but some way they find ways to get after the quarterback. Danny Jones threw for 22 out of 32, 107 yards and 1 interception. Matt Breida only carried the ball 4 times for 17 yards. And Darius Slayton only had 3 receptions for 32 yards. That's not going to win you any ball games. What happened to this offense that the media and the fans were all hyping them up? Like, oh, Darren Waller and Saquon Barkley and this and that. Like, every time I see videos on YouTube pop up, oh, the hype. Oh, the Giants are going to change the league. Or the Giants are going to do this. The Giants ain't going to do crap, okay? I already said the Giants are going to digress this year because of chemistry. They don't have enough chemistry together. And once you don't have chemistry, guess what? It backfires. Look at the Eagles when they try to invest into very good players. They took different players from different positions and tried to make their NBA dream team, right? They started off 5-0. Everybody thought they was going to win the Super Bowl. But guess what? They finished bad. They went 5-13. So, same thing with the Giants. 2009, they went 5-0 for the first time in franchise history. After that Saints beatdown, they were never the same. I think they lost like 4 straight, and then after that, they bounced back against the Falcons, and they won in overtime. So it boils down to chemistry, man. It really does. It boils down to chemistry. Now, if you look back at this game against the Cardinals, Daniel Jones threw 26 out of 37, 321 yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Barkley ran for 17 yards, 17 carries for 63 yards and 1 touchdown. Jalen Hyatt had 2 receptions for 89 yards and no touchdown. But we got beat out by Matt Schaub's. Matt Schaub's actually outplayed Daniel Jones in this game. But the stat sheet would say otherwise, right? James Conner outdueled Saquon Barkley, right? So it boils down to who can stop who. The Giants cannot stop nobody. Through the air, through the ground, turn yourself around, do the hokey pokey, turn your inside it out, and that's what it's all about. Because they can't really stop nobody. Who can the Giants actually stop? Nobody. Now, they'll give effort. They'll go out there and give 100% effort. But this defense stinks. I said this long time ago. Well, not really long time ago, but I said this last year. I said the Giants should go back to a 4-3. I'm going to keep repeating it. The Giants should go back to a 4-3 scheme. This 3-4 is not working. It's not working at all. It's not working. And I know it's not working because we're not getting after the quarterback. The way we got after the quarterback was we had four good pass rushers. We had OC, Tuck, Strahan, and JPP. And obviously we had, a lot of good defensive tackles as well. So I think the Giants should probably go back to 3-4-3 because the 3-4 scheme is not working at all. And I don't want the Giants to blitz all the time because once you blitz, it's a gamble when you blitz. Like people don't understand that. When you blitz, you're actually leaving your position for another person to cover your position to get after the quarterback. And what happens when you don't get to the quarterback in time? And he gets the ball out of his hands quick. Now you can do two things. You can either play possum or you can, bat the ball down. But if you just running towards the quarterback, beating the offensive line, getting to the quarterback, by the time you reach him, the ball's already be out his hands. Where we played in the 4-3, we let our defensive end do the dirty work. All we had to do was apply pressure, a little bit of pressure. And these quarterbacks were tap dance like the great Gregory Helms. God rest his soul. So, for me, I say the Giants should go back to 3-4. 4-3. Like teams, the 3-4 only works when you have great linebackers. Like the Cowboys can run a 3-4. The Eagles can run both, right? The Dolphins, especially the Dolphins, they run a 3-4. Why? Because they have athletic linebackers. They have linebackers that can go sideline to sideline. We don't have that. Who do we have at linebacker? Nobody. So why are we playing a scheme that doesn't fit us at all? Because the 3-4 is 4 linebackers to 3 linebackers and 3 defensive ends. You have to use a lot of hybrid linebackers, outside linebackers, middle linebackers, When we had Michael Boley and Antonio Pierce, it worked. Why? Because we had great pressure up front. And when you don't have great pressure up front, if you can't get to the quarterback, you're going to be the sitting duck. So I'm going to pick the Giants to win this game. I hope I'm wrong, which I'm always wrong when it comes to picking against the Giants. Because every time I do pick against the Giants, they lose. Every time I do pick the Giants, they win. Or I think I said it backwards. Every time I pick against the Giants, they lose. Every time I pick the Giants, they lose. So, like I picked the let me see. I picked the Cowboys week 1. I won that. I picked the Giants week 2. I lost that. And I picked the 49ers week 3. I won that. So right now, my record is 2-1 right now. My record is 2-1. Now I'm not gonna sit here and blow up the whole roster, the whole schedule or whatnot and say, well, this is going to win or this will. I said this before that the Giants are going to go on a 6-game losing streak. And then they're going to break that losing streak against who? Guess who Walker faced this year? His former team. Now, everybody knows when players face their former teams, they go out. They put on a show, right? We're not beating we could beat the Jets, depending on who the quarterback is. The Bills, we're not beating them. The Seahawks, we're not beating them, but I already picked the Giants to win that game. Because if you look at the Giants versus Seahawks all-time record, Alexa, what is the New York Giants versus Seahawks all-time record?
The New York Giants are fourth in the NFC East at 1-2.
So that's not what I asked. Alexa, the New York Giants versus the Seahawks overall record.
The New York Giants are fourth in the NFC East at 1-2.
Alexa, what is the record for the New York Giants versus Seahawks all time?
The New York Giants are fourth in the NFC East.
Jesus. All right, so it says it right here. It says the Giants and Seahawks have met 20 times. Their series is split at 10 wins apiece. The Giants hold a 2-game advantage at home, 6-4. The teams last met on October 30th, 2022, when the Seahawks defeated the Giants 27-13. Like, really? I thought they won that game, no? Maybe that was the Ravens game. Because I remember the Giants won a. Wow. So they won 27-13. All right, so what is the all-time head-to-head record between the Seattle Seahawks and New York Giants? The New York Giants and Seahawks have played a total of 20 games against each other. The Seahawks have an overall record 10-10, 50% against the Giants. So they neck and neck. You know, they face each other 20 times and they split it 10 apiece. So the Giants won 10, the Seahawks won 10. So whoever wins Monday is going to be 11-10, whether it's the Giants or the Seahawks. So that's weird. So you would have thought the Giants would have probably been. You would have thought the Giants would have had a bigger lead, a bigger record than that. That's crazy. 10-10. But I'm gonna switch the thumbnail. I'm trying to do it over here, but for some odd reason, it's keep saying my thumbnail is not big enough to fit the screen. So I'm gonna have to find a new thumbnail to put it on. So I'm just gonna do it through the studio. So y'all just gonna have to see Cuban dolls until I can figure it out. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the New York Giants. Do they stand a chance? I picked them to win. I hope I'm wrong, or I hope I'm right. You know. Of course, we don't want to. Of course, we don't want another 40 burger on us. You know. I don't think that's going to happen again. But it's going to be a close game. You know. Like I said, it's gonna boil down to, can the New York Giants offensive line give Daniel Jones time? They should. Going up against the Seahawks, they should. Their defense is not that good, but their offense is pretty good. They got a good running game. They got a good passing game. You know, Geno Smith is evolving into one of a great, I'm not going to say elite, but he's one of the great quarterbacks. He's playing well. He's not turning the ball over. in years past. You know, now a lot of people might say, well, what if you switch Daniel Jones and put Daniel Jones in the Seahawks? Will he still be great? Hey, if Daniel Jones had the weapons that the Seahawks have, boy, he would have had a field day. He really would. You know, Tyler Lockett throwing it to DJ Metcalf, have Kenneth Walker. I mean, the defense gave, what's the quarterback's name? I have him on my fantasy. I forgot his name. The quarterback that they picked from Alabama. I forgot his name, but he don't have a bad supporting cast as well. You know, he got a pretty good supporting cast. So yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. And I'm gonna stop doing these lives because obviously ain't nobody showing up, and I'm just wasting my time talking to myself. So this is gonna be the last live I'll ever do until I could get my subscriptions up. So like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.